We're looking at limits and we're solving them analytically. Now what you should do is try to work this out on your own and see what you get as the final answer. Just go down and pause and try to get it done yourself. That's kind of the way I want you to be kind of working along here instead of just sitting here and watching this. Okay, so we've got the limit as x approaches 2, and we have 3 roots of x minus 10 and then 3 roots of x minus 11. So what we want to do is do the direct substitution, plugging 2 directly in. And I think I'll just write this down here. And so we end up with 3 roots. And plugging 2 in here, we have 2 minus 10. That's going to give us negative 8. Over, and then we're going to plug 2 in here, so we have 2 minus 11. So we have 3 roots of, and 2 minus 11 is going to be a negative 9. Alright, so since this is a 3 here, it's an odd number, and we have a negative inside, then our answer is going to end up being negative. We're looking for a number that we can multiply by itself 3 times to give us 8, or in this case negative 8, and that would be negative 2. Right, negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is negative 8. And of course there isn't one here, a nice integer, and what I'm going to do here is, remember, we can take this negative and bring it outside. And there's not really much we can do with this, but remember that 9 is 3 squared. Okay, and so I could say 3 squared, and it's all raised to the 1/3 power. That's where this is coming from here. And we could write this, our negatives will cancel out, so we have 2 up in the numerator and then 3. Now remember, you multiply exponents, and 2 times 1/3 is just 2/3. So we can get to this point right here and probably stop. Need to go any further. Alright, looking at another one. Now this particular one here, we're going to have to do some factoring, but let's first just go through the steps here where we take 4 and do the direct substitution and plug it directly in, and we're going to end up with 4 cubed minus 64 over, and plugging 4 in here, 4 minus 4 is 0, but 4 cubed is 64, and 64 minus 64 is 0, so we end up with 0 over 0. And what that means is we're going to need to factor this and see if we can cancel some stuff out. So there's kind of a formula that you need for factoring x cubed minus 64, something you need to keep in mind. Now I'm going to rewrite this limit. Alright, so this 64, remember, is 4 cubed. So we have x cubed minus 4 cubed. So this is what we're going to do here. We're going to say x, and this sign here gets brought down, and then we're using this 4 right here. Then we have x squared plus 4x. So if this is a minus, this is going to always be the opposite sign, which is going to be plus, and then we just take this number here and put it right here. And this will always be, this next one is going to always be plus no matter what this sign is here. and then we end up squaring this number on the very end. So this is going to be 16. And that's all over x minus 4. So as you can see now, we're going to cancel some terms out. We have an x minus 4 in the top and 1 in the bottom, so we can just get rid of that. And we're going to rewrite the limit again. So I have the limit as x approaches 4, and all we have left is this stuff up here in the top, which is x squared plus 4x plus 16, and then we do the direct substitution, plugging 4 directly in here, and that's going to be 4 squared plus 4 times 4 plus 16, and that's going to give us 48. Okay. Alright, let's look at another example. Okay. So we have the limit as x approaches 2 of x cubed minus 8 over x plus 8. You take the 2, we do the direct substitution, so we get 2 cubed minus 8 over 2 plus 8. Right? And what we end up in the top here, 2 cubed is 8, and 8 minus 8 is 0. 8, 9, 10. And so this limit here is equal to 0. Okay.